YouTube fam, what is good? Yours truly back once again for another episode of Mars Room. Thank you guys for tuning in. To the new subscribers, welcome to the channel. Got a great video today for you guys. Hope you guys get some really good gems and jewels from today's video, as I hope you've gotten from the rest of my videos in the past. But before I jump into today's videos, I want to let you guys know that I have upgraded my coaching packages, but I want to let you guys know that I've included something that I think is going to help a lot of you guys, which is my yearly memberships. Because now with the yearly memberships that I've added, it's no different than like a gym membership. You know how you pay a gym membership and you get to go unlimited times to the gym. You have access to whatever it is that, you know, that gym offers. So with me and my yearly memberships, it's the same thing where you pay an upfront fee and then you pay a fee every single month. But with that comes unlimited access to me. You get unlimited FaceTimes, you get unlimited text messages, you know what I mean, or unlimited emails, whatever the case may be, whatever you sign up for. And you get that unlimited for a monthly fee for the year. You know, it's a 12-month program. So I think you guys will save a ton of money if you sign up for the yearly membership versus working with me or hourly or anyone else hourly, because I see like the rates that a lot of people charge hourly, and I know it's very expensive. But if you sign up for the monthly memberships, you know, you can save a ton of money doing it this way with myself. So if you guys are interested, feel free to send me a DM and I could send you all the information. Now, on to today's video. I wanted to make today's video discussing where are you specifically at in your journey with your specific person. Because I realize like we're in a time period of information overload and we are all inundated with information. Like we literally have information at our fingertips, like whatever it is we need. But the problem with that is we get too much information and then we don't know what's right. We don't know what's most importantly right for us, because there is what's right. And then there's also what is right for me right now, where I'm at today, not where I was at last week, not where I was at last month, not last year, because understand these are all different stages of your life. Where you were at over here is not where you may be at today. It's definitely not where you were at 5 years ago. Well, it shouldn't be if you upgrade and you progress it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself, with all the information overload out there, you know, as I always say in my videos, pretty much we're all saying the same shit. We're all right in what we're saying. But you have to ask yourself, is it right for you? What's that saying go? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of teachers appearing, but you have to use discernment and you have to be prudent in knowing, okay, this is the teacher that I should listen to. I should listen to this advice. Don't get caught up in what someone says in a comment section of a video, because they don't know your life. They don't know your unique situation. Everybody's different. How we process information, how we process emotions, how we process all of that stuff is different. There's almost what's the number? 7.5 billion, 8 billion people. I don't know. It seems like the shit changed like every day. But there's too many people on earth to say this one way works for everybody. You know what I mean? So, you know, I know a lot of you guys get concerned and you feel a type way when you read comments from other videos or you see people in Neville groups and they say things like, oh, I did it this way. It worked for me. Live in the end. That's all you got to do is live in the end. Yeah, that's true. That worked for them that way. But you also got to ask yourself, which way should you be living in the end for this week or for next month? Which way should you be? Because there are people in this world that, like Neville says, they can go from literally zero to having nothing to living in the end and getting everything they want. Yes, there are 100% people that can do it that way, but that's not everybody. So having different teachers, having different messages, understand that people may have to go in steps. And for what I've seen in working with people, is steps really helps a lot of people. So that's why I'm making this video and I'm getting ready to dive into where are you at step-wise in manifesting your SP, because what you're doing to manifest certain things from your SP is going to be different than this person that's over here in the middle. And then that's going to be different than this person over here that's more advanced, in a more advanced stage of manifesting their specific person. So let's talk about step one. So say, for instance, you are in a phase of trying to manifest your specific person, right? But say you only want to manifest contact. Like if you're in a stage where you only want to say manifest contact, you don't necessarily want to manifest a relationship, or you don't necessarily want to manifest a marriage. In my opinion, I believe you're living in the end as Neville says, your whatever your visualization is, whatever your affirmations are, they should be different compared to somebody that already has what they want or is already like closer to that goal of getting married or in a relationship. Yours are going to be way different if you're at this level one tier. You can call it, if you want to call it that. You know what I'm saying? So if you're at that level one tier to where you just want to manifest a text message, in my opinion, you shouldn't be doing affirmations and visualizations and living in the end of being married with your specific person. You shouldn't be doing that, because that's like trying to bridge America for a lot of people, not everybody. Because again, like I said earlier, there's people that they can really collapse time and space that fast and really do, like Neville says, they can go from not being married to being married overnight. But how many people realistically can do that? Not a lot of people can really actually do that, but it does work. You know what I mean? So like I said, be realistic with yourself. Ask yourself, where are you at on your journey? If you're trying to manifest a text from your specific person, don't do marriage visualizations. Don't do, hearing your SP say, something crazy or like, oh, I love you or whatever the case. Like, don't do that. Like, you're trying to picture getting into an argument with, your specific person, a really big argument, a really big fight. You guys had a really big fight. You haven't talked in a week or a couple days or 30 days or whatever the case may be. Picture getting into a real big argument, some life-changing argument, and then you go to sleep every night trying to imagine getting married. What does that sound like? That's not, and I think low key, that's what a lot of y'all are doing. Y'all are going through these like traumatic situations and really big situations in your life. And like, you're trying to bridge this gap from like America to like Australia, or the gap is so big. Like you're trying to bridge that gap. And it's like, yo, your beliefs versus what you want, the gap is too damn big. You know what I mean? So you got to ask yourself, where are you at today based on manifesting any SP? You know what I mean? And you can apply this with any area of your life. You know what I mean? Finances, whatever. But we're talking specifically about SP today. So if you're on that level tier, level one, trying to manifest the SP, in my opinion, what you do is you manifest level one, tier one stuff. Okay. So instead of going to the end, you say you do visualizations like, imagine just simply getting a text from your SP saying, hey, I'm glad we communicated. I'm glad we talked this out. This was really good for the both of us. I can't wait to see what the future holds from now on, because I think we really cleared the air. Picture a text message like that, or picture a text message saying something like, hey, I'm so glad we finally communicated. It's been too long. Just picture something that simple, because it's level one, level tier one. If you're just trying to manifest contact, because everything, I realize we're all at different stages of manifesting a specific person. You know what I mean? So if you're at that tier one, come up with something like that, to where it's something easy. It's something believable. It's something that realistically could happen within the next 7 days. You know what I mean? Or 30 days max. You don't want to create a visualization, in my opinion, where it may happen, you think, or your beliefs don't match it, and you think it's going to happen, say, a year from now, or you think it's going to take some time. If your goal objective is to simply manifest contact, then let your living in the end scene be that. Let it be that contact. You know what I mean? Okay, so now let's move on to the next tier. So say you already manifested contact from your specific person, but now you want to go out on a date with them, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So now you're living in the end scene goes to, imagine you and your SP holding hands, walking in a park, or walking along your favorite street from leaving your favorite restaurant or something. And, hearing your SP say, oh, I really had a great time. I really enjoyed this. You know what I mean? Or, wow, that, lasagna was so good, or that pizza was so good, or the ambience, the atmosphere in the restaurant was amazing. Oh, we had such an amazing, like, you want to picture that kind of environment, right? You want to picture yourself being on a date, if that's what you want to do with your SP, if you're already past the getting in contact stage. Because say you've been in contact with your SP already for, a month, 2 months, 6 months, or whatever, and you're trying to get to that next phase of being in a relationship with them. Now you want to visualize and do end scenes that match that level of where you're at. You don't want to go past that necessarily, okay? So again, not for everybody. Some people can go past that, and like I said, but if you're not those people, then this video is for you. So, okay, so now say that you are past that stage of where, you and your SP are holding hands, or dating, and say you guys are officially boyfriend and girlfriend, or say you want your SP to move in with you, right? So now what you do is you're living in the end scene should be something like, at your place or at their place. Or especially if it's at your place, what you want to do is you want to start to prepare. You want to make way for your SP to come in. We got to make way for shit. We can't keep talking and saying shit, but not making space for what we want to appear in our lives. We got to clear the old so that the new to come in. Says the new can come in, excuse me. So what you want to do is, for instance, if you're at home in bed, you want to leave one side of the bed specifically for your specific person and say, you know what, I'm going to sleep on this side of the bed. My SP is going to sleep on this side of the bed. This is their side of the bed. So I'm never going to touch that side because I know that's my SP side. That is faith. That is active faith when you do stuff like that. You are making way for your SP to come into your life now. You're no longer asking, but you're expecting. You know what I mean? And that's what we have to get out the habit of. We have to get out of the habit of asking. And we have to start expecting. Expecting is what's going to get you your desires, not continuing to ask, because ask is asking from lack. When you ask something, that means you don't have it. You have to get into the space to where you're really living in the end. You're really, this is my SP side of the bed. I'm not touching it. If that's how it's going to be. In your closet, make space for your SP in your closet. This section right here in the closet is for me. This section right here is where my SP sneakers and stuff is going to go. Guess what, guys? That space is going to be filled. When you do stuff like this, the space has to be filled. It's law. When you create, the universe is going to give you magnetic. It's going to create a magnet to say, okay, this person created the space over here. Now something has to fill it. So I'm going to send you a man or woman or your SP, whoever your SP is. I'm going to send that to you so they can fill what you've opened up, because it's law, right? So understand, put that air in your closet. Your bathrooms, your toiletries. Say this side is going to be for my SP. This is where my SP is going to keep their toothbrush. This is where my SP is going to keep their makeup, or whatever the case may be. Make space. When you're cooking your food, cook like you're cooking for two people. You know what I mean? You guys got to get into the receiving state. Get into the receiving state. And so again, that's if you're in this area. Now, say you're past all of that, right? You already moved in, living in together, all of that good stuff. Say you're at the final tier where you're just waiting for the wedding ring. Now, in my opinion, is now where you can do the visualizations to say, okay, I'm going to imagine a ring on my finger with this person. Now you're in the stage to say where you can picture yourself wearing the wedding gown. You can picture yourself living in the end scene, hearing your partner say the words, I do, hearing yourself say, I do, seeing the pastor, looking into the crowd, seeing everybody clapping and cheering and throwing rice or whatever it is that they do at weddings. You know what I mean? Picture them doing all of that stuff. You know what I mean? But like I said, your level where you're at should be determined on what kind of visualization or affirmation you're doing. You don't want to do visualization, in my opinion. Now, again, this is not for everybody, but for most people, in my opinion, you don't want to do visualizations and affirmations that you don't want to do affirmations like, oh, I love how my SP is obsessed with me. I love how my SP is obsessed with me. He's so obsessed with me. When you guys literally just had like the biggest fight ever. You literally just caught him, cheating or her cheating or like just some epic major shit happen. Like you don't want to go to the end and start doing those affirmations. Oh, I love her. He's obsessed with me. I love her. Like, in my opinion, no, it's not going to work that way. Can it work for some? Like I said, a million times. Absolutely. But for majority of the people, that will not cut it. That will not cut it. So be honest with yourself and assess where you're at with manifesting your specific person, and let your actions, let your affirmations and visualizations match that, because we live in such a microwave generation where, like I always say, people just want to put their shit in a microwave and press 30, you know what I mean? And they want their manifestation to pop out. And for some, they're fortunate enough that they don't have blockages. They don't have those negative beliefs. Their subconscious mind is flow freely, you know what I mean? And they grew up okay, and they can do things and say things and shit can happen extremely quick for them. But for most of us, nah, you got to do the work. You know what I mean? You got to do the work. If you don't do the work up here, if you don't do the work from here, and if you don't do the work from here, like Neville says, feeling is the secret, then you guys are going to be doomed. Straight up. You got to do the work. You got to do the work up here. You got to do the work from here. You got to do it. That's something that you really cannot avoid. You cannot avoid that part. You can avoid a lot of other stuff out here, but if you want your life to change like really fast overnight, or damn near overnight within a year, you know what I mean? Very quickly, relatively quickly, 1, 2, whatever the case may be, you got to do the work up here. You got to change the way you think. You got to change the way you speak. You got to change the way you feel. You know what I mean? And most importantly, like I said, do what matches. Do what matches. All right, guys. just want to hop on here and give you this message, man. It's been another episode. Yours truly, Marv. See you guys next time. You know where, you know when.